What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 69 of the Boundless Business Podcast. I'm not Nico, I'm Justine. It's just me and Larissa here today. We're going to be answering some frequently asked questions that our leads have had, or our clients have had, or just other people in general. So, Larissa, let's start it off with how does our system work?
So, what we're doing is lead generation. We are largely getting new leads into the pipeline, ones you haven't talked to before, and we're also looking for many signals that these leads are actively interested. They're looking for what you're doing, and they've raised their hand and said, yes, I want more information. Maybe they want an estimate or a quote. They're looking to actually get these projects done, whatever that may look like. And typically, how it works, we do a lot of paid ads. We also do searching through the web in general, but we do a lot of paid ads, ad management. Um, Typically, we have an ad budget that we allocate just wherever ads are performing best. Our goal is to get as many leads as cheap as possible. That's our whole goal for our clients.
And speaking of as cheap as possible, how much does it actually cost?
Well, there's definitely a lot of factors that go into pricing, right? We certainly want to consider how many leads can an individual handle, how much risk can an individual handle, what does the market look like? So pricing certainly depends on a lot of things, but we have a lot of variation in pricing models available to suit people wherever they're at. So let's say you can only take on 1 to 3 new clients per week. Well, our pricing is going to reflect that in that particular scenario versus maybe you have like 5 locations and you're looking to get like 10 to 20 leads a day. That's a very different pricing structure naturally versus, if you're just looking for a few leads per week to get you jobs and really keep you having consistent business. And we also do have different pricing models to accommodate for different varying levels of risk. So if you are looking for a no risk solution, keep in mind that pricing is going to be a little bit higher if there's absolutely no risk. But if you're looking for a lower risk solution that still is competitive in pricing, then we have shared risk models where we take on a fair amount of risk as well, and we share that with you. So we have models on every end of the spectrum, but the specific pricing depends on how many leads and what your goals are because we structure our whole strategy around those pieces.
Gotcha. And once people get leads through our system, how do they access those leads?
So all of our clients get access to a CRM. That CRM you get access to by default. We give all of our clients a phone number to be able to reach out to leads from, and we set that up to be able to forward to their own phone number. So if somebody calls the phone number we set up, it forwards to whatever the preferred client number is. But all those conversations are stored in our CRM that all clients get access to. And through the CRM, you can schedule leads, you can communicate with them wherever they came from, and it's a universal inbox. So you can also connect your email and send out emails through it or invoices or whatever works best. But a free CRM is included with all clients that work with us.
And if a client already has a CRM, are we able to send leads over to their CRM?
Yeah, of course. Provided, now keep in mind, some CRMs don't necessarily have a ton of integration capability, so it definitely depends on the CRM you have. However, a lot of the common ones we've seen that we can totally integrate with would be uh, HubSpot, Pipedrive, Salesforce, any of those, absolutely. And a lot of individual CRMs as well. If you're wondering if we can integrate with your CRM, there's a few things to look for. If you have one of these two things, we can absolutely do it. If your CRM can integrate with Zapier, or if your CRM can have leads come in via webhook. So one of those two things we can certainly make work, or we can always, in every single one of our clients, when leads come in, they get a text message or an email, whatever the preference is, with that lead contact info. We can always set it to send to maybe a managed email address, for example, that your team has access to make sure nothing gets lost as well.
And what if clients have multiple locations? What if they service multiple locations? How do we handle that?
So we set up each client location as its own like sub account in our CRM. So we keep everything entirely separate. We treat each location as its own client, essentially, because, for example, what works in San Diego may not work as well in Dallas. So we do isolate those just to be able to have the most control in the geographic location. Because there's, individual things, if you keep in mind maybe what you think of Texas, for example, Texans care a lot about, let's say, something's made in the US. That's a really big selling point there. Whereas in San Diego, it might be more advantageous to focus on reduced water usage or whatever that may look like. So we do treat each individual location as its own client. However, if you have multiple locations with us, you can access both through the CRM. Super easy to toggle back and forth between them.
And can you talk a little bit about the exclusivity of the leads?
Yeah, so any lead generated for any one of our clients goes to no one else. So we're not like Angie's List. If you get a lead from us, that lead was developed from us for you specifically, and typically those are what we call branded leads, meaning if your company, let's just say, is called Turf Company LLC, whatever, when a client first sees any messaging or anything going along with that, we put that name out there and they're reaching out to Turf Company LLC specifically. So they're reaching out to you specifically. All these leads are branded. Again, they go to no one else. And we also don't work with multiple clients per location, per territory. We want strategic partners in each area. We are not looking to have every single company work with us. We're looking to have strategic partners in each geographic location. We're not going to be competing against you with any other clients.
And what does the follow-up process look like for when a client does get a lead in? How does that, what's like the kind of step A, step B, step C process?
Mm-hmm. So when a lead comes in, a few things happen immediately, right? So the client gets notified via text, email, whatever their preferred method is. Client gets notified right away. They also get, and this certainly can be changed depending on clients' preferences. Individual clients may prefer some things happen and some things don't. But typically, we immediately send the lead a question and we take them through a few questions to make sure they're ready to get their estimate scheduled. So we try to do as much of that pre-work for you automatically as possible. So getting address, getting rough idea of when they're available for an estimate. That way you can pick up on those leads. We do recommend that every time you get a text that says, hey, this lead just came in, they're ready for you, they need help, you call that lead right away. It's really important to call leads. Our recommended process is twice a day, every day for the first 5 days after a lead comes in. And it's really important to have that speed to lead. So like I said, we're texting them right away, making sure they're getting some level of communication from you. However, we still recommend calling them, having a conversation with them, and getting that estimate scheduled over the phone if possible.
And what if people need help booking those estimates?
Well, we do actually offer booking services. So we have team members on our end that can, when leads come in, call those leads and book them directly on your calendar for you. So all you have to do is show up for the estimate and take it from there.
What other services do we offer, or what other things can we help any landscapers with?
So the services that we offer, our primary focus is getting profit in the door, right? So we like to have lead generation as our base because if leads are coming in consistently, then you're making money. And that's the most important thing to us is we want to make sure everything we do is based around profitability. However, we also understand there's a lot more to marketing than just lead generation. So we do offer content creation services, social media posting, those types of services, as well as we can do SEO. And if there's a service you're looking for, we may not necessarily offer it. However, we have tons of well-vetted partners that we know are amazing who can provide those services for you. Oftentimes, we can negotiate a discount for you on your behalf. So if there's anything else you need, let's say it's a new website, or you want some graphic design work done or something specific, please let us know and we can help with those pieces as well.
Awesome. Well, are there any other questions that you think we should answer in this episode?
Um, some other questions that we might get would be whether or not we have photos. Some clients we get don't necessarily have really great photos of their own work. Maybe they just don't have great photos, or they are just starting off and they don't have a ton of photos. We do have our own photos that we can use. Our preference is to be able to show off your individual work and show off your skills, and especially, make it as personalized as possible to your geographic location. But if you don't have those, don't worry. I don't want anybody to think that's a barrier. We do have free use images that we can use, that we have all the licensing rights to, so there will be no complication there.
Awesome. Well, I think that covers all the questions we wanted to answer today. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. You can go visit our website at boundlessleads.com to learn more or book a call with us, and have a great day. Peace, as Nico always says.